Well, hi everybody. I'm here today with Samuel Gibson. Now, Samuel is a colleague of mine. He's a speaking colleague, and we've got a really interesting story to tell you today, a little bit about Samuel's life. Now, Samuel, you were born with brittle bone disease.
Yes, that's right. It has a big long word, osteogenesis imperfecta, just brittle bones. Yeah, so it means I'm a bit short and my bones break without too much effort.
So you were born with this condition, and tell us a little bit about your life and how you dealt with this.
Yeah, so like everyone, it's full of challenges, but I've always seen myself as just another regular guy.
Yep.
My goals and aspirations are no different to anybody else's, and you know, I've always sort of understood that we're lucky to live here in New Zealand and in a day and age where we've got everything that we need to get by and try and make the most of it. Yeah.
Okay, so Samuel, I met you at a speaking engagement, and I was doing a speech, and we met afterwards. And you do some corporate speaking?
I do a little bit of speaking, and I really enjoy it. And it's I love sharing stories. I get a lot out of hearing people's stories. Yours, obviously, in particular. And so it's nice to be able to share something back. And I've been lucky to have been on the receiving end of so much in my lifetime that I like to be able to share.
Because your story, I mean, we've got something in common, really. and that's probably determination.
Yes.
Which we, like bloody mindedness. When we decide we want to do something, we find a way to do it. And you would have had a hell of a lot of obstacles to get through in your life. But you're married, you've got 2 kids.
Yes.
Tell us a little about your family.
So I'm married to a beautiful lady. Her name's Jennifer. She's Canadian. We met travelling in Southeast Asia, Laos actually, and we've got 2 little girls, Isabel and Rosa. Rosa's just gone 6. Isabel's 3, and so that keeps me busy being a husband and a dad. I've got a day job. I work for an engineering company in a finance role.
Yep.
Have a little business which sells wheelchairs, which we export around the world. And I do a bit of speaking, so plenty to keep me busy. And I like to go sailing on the weekend as well.
Yes, now tell me a little bit about the sailing. Your last adventure, Samuel, because Samuel likes to challenge himself with some crazy things, and this is something else that we have in common. I have the advantage perhaps of having 2 legs. You've got wheels, but this time you didn't have wheels. What did you do?
No, that's right. I learned to sail about 6 years ago, and it wasn't long after that I thought, I reckon I'd like to see how I can challenge myself with the sailing, as we like to do. And I figured that sailing across the Cook Strait would be a pretty fair challenge, and in a little 3.5 metre dinghy on my own. And so I shared this with some sailing friends, and they thought it was pretty exciting. I think they'd wanted to do it as well.
Yep.
And so we decided that we'd do it as a group. And in April this year, we went down to Picton and waited for the weather, and it all turned out that we were able to cross. And it was pretty neat. It was a real journey getting to that point.
Yep.
A lot to plan and a lot to
project
think about.
Management. Yep.
That's right, and it all came off really well, and we did it. So
how the hell do you sail alone in a boat 10 hours or so across the Cook Strait? Like most people would find that daunting when they've got, the 6 foot tall and very athletically built and got everything operating. How the hell do you do that when you're in a wheelchair?
Yeah, well, there's a lot of. I was just part of a team, really. A lot of people helped to bring it together, and part of that preparation was a lot of training.
Yep.
I'm quite good at sitting down for a long period of time, and so we did some long sails, and so it all came off really well. We've got built a special seat for me in the boat, and rigged up some controls so that I can sail it easily enough. So, yeah.
And you just toughed it out.
Yep.
10 hours in the weather out there, and
it was a real adventure. Yeah.
Were you scared at any stage?
It was exciting. Yeah. When we came out of the heads of the Queen Charlotte Sound, there's a lot of current and wind and swell, and it was a pretty challenging time.
Yeah.
But we got through that and to the open strait itself.
Yep.
And it was just a lot of fun.
A whole lot of fun. Sounds like madness, rather you than me, I think. And Samuel, you've also designed this chair that you're in, so you've been doing a lot to your side business is making these chairs and selling these.
Yeah, I was part of the development of this wheelchair. It really started when I needed a wheelchair for myself,
Yep.
and I couldn't find one that I thought should exist.
Yep.
And so this was something that a friend of mine, Campbell and Danny Burke, we did together.
Yep.
He's an engineer, and I'm just a guy with a need.
Mm-hmm.
And so together we really made this idea into a reality. And now it's exported all around the world. So
Fantastic.
it's pretty exciting to see.
So that's a pretty cool Kiwi ingenuity story. And this chair basically goes up and down and enables you to be completely independent.
It does, yeah, completely. And like I said, I'm a dad and a husband and got a career, and without a wheelchair I wouldn't be able to do any of that. So
Yeah, absolutely. So it's really made a big difference to your life and to the lives of many other people around the world.
it is, yeah.
So, Sam, can you share some tips? Because there's a lot of people, our athletes, people that will watch this video, who, they might go for a run and they've got a sore knee and they give up. What do you think about giving up? When the going gets
It's
tough.
not something I'm very good at, I have to admit. Like I even from a kid, I've always believed that there's always a way. If you want to do something, you just got to figure out how to do it, and you'll find it in the end.
So
And
just
sometimes
sign up.
it almost seems impossible, but I believe if you keep at it and if you're determined enough, then you'll